Hi guys. I say it's going to be an interesting new stream.
Okay.
So, I mean, we've played through all the Halo games before, but since this was new release on PC,
with enhanced graphics.
Jared's never played a Halo game before.
What? Oh crap!
So exciting.
Should we go back to the first one then?
That's a great question. Jared, have you watched Nav and DE's playthrough of the first Halo?
We can do that. We can go back and play them. We'll play 4 today because it's separated from the other ones.
Is it?
More or less. Some things happened. Some things happened in the first 3 games that were really, really good, and we will play them. This will reference back to that a little bit.
Okay, so he watched some of them, some of the first one. He watched a little bit of that, so maybe he'll know a little bit about what's going on. This is going to be exciting, though. If you have questions, ask us. We'd love to tell.
Yeah, we won't spoil anything major out of the first 3 games,
well,
so we'll give you. Because
if he asks the questions, then I think he deserves an answer.
Well, because we can blow through the first 3 games really quickly.
That's true.
They're
pretty quick.
I have played these games so much. Other than the 3rd Halo game, I can knock these boys out.
All right.
So there's
no kidding. He found BNG, Ball and Chain Gaming, because of Halo.
Oh, interesting. Well, we'll play the other ones later.
Yeah.
This one, some stuff happened. Chief is the hero. He saved humanity 1 to 2 times, depending on how you look at it.
And we haven't made it back to Earth yet.
Yeah, after the 3rd one, he is in... he's in cryo in half of a ship that got cut off because they were going through slip space. The first half of the ship made it through.
And the second half.
The second half. It's a thing in Halo for Chief to be stuck in space or stuck somewhere. At least with the first 3 games, stuck somewhere. That's not a resolved area. So it was a good cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we pick up here. The bad guys are the Covenant, and you already know that, so.
Aliens are bad.
And I'm not any good right now, so this is what we're doing. Easy.
All right. Humility.
Warning, if you continue to lose any unsaved progress, I didn't...
It's brand new download computer.
Well, no, I started the campaign so we could make sure it was working.
Oh, yeah.
So this is like a 4-minute video, 5-minute video of kind of his origin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Pseudo saying that the 4th seemed a little tacked on.
Mm-hmm.
He had kind of mixed feelings about it.
Tell me about
us
this
too.
I actually quite like it. Yeah. 5 was absolute garbage. But
Dr. Halsey.
Not on stream, no. But we just found out that Jared hasn't seen them.
You kidnapped them.
So eventually we will.
Children's minds are more easily accepting of indoctrination. Their bodies more adaptable to augmentation. The result?
Hello, DE. Hello, Olo. Hello, Picklebeard.
And because of our success, when the Covenant invaded, we were ready.
Dr.
Nice.
Halsey, you're bending history
Good
for
luck.
your own favor, and you know it. You developed the Spartans to crush human rebellion, not to fight the Covenant.
When one human world after another fell, when my Spartans were all that stood between humanity and extinction, nobody was concerned about why they were originally built.
So you feel in the end your choices were justified.
My work saved the human race.
Shouldn't it be species?
Do you think the Spartans' lack of basic humanity helped?
What are you after? The others before you were naval intelligence, but you There's something else.
Records show Spartans routinely exhibited mildly sociopathic tendencies, difficulty with socialization, and
The
verbalization.
records show efficient behavior operating in hazardous situations. I supplied the tools to maintain that efficiency.
Do you believe the Master Chief succeeded because he was, at his core, broken?
What does John have to do with this? You want to replace him?
The Master Chief is dead.
His file reads missing in action.
Catherine. Spartans never die.
No
Your
Spartan is ever
mistake
marked
is
as
seeing
missing or as
Spartans
dead.
as military
Everything's
hardware.
missing in action.
My Spartans are humanity's next step.
To keep morale
Our
high.
destiny
Gotcha.
as a species. Do not underestimate them. But most of all, do not underestimate him.
Remind me why John is so special to her, though.
Because he was the first recruit.
Gotcha.
And he was the best.
Imagine that.
I know this because I've read a few of the Halo books.
Uh-huh.
So I have more detail than is in the games.
Yeah. And that's one reason why playing through these with you is going to be amazing. And man, that first game, you're just going to zip bang right through it.
It was the only game I had for like a year when I was like 12, so you know how that went. Kids play Fortnite and they know that map backwards and forwards.
Yeah. You know everything. Like, I watched him play, like, I had never seen the Halo games before we were married. And I watched him play the first one, and he was aiming and sighting right where the grunts' heads were going to be a second later and shooting before they even showed up and hitting dead on.
I don't know if I can do that anymore.
Right.
But it was a thing back then.
It was a thing.
Yeah.
And yes, Cortana is kind of a copy of her brain.
Cortana, it was...
It's designed after Dr. Halsey.
Yes, but
As an AI.
but Halsey's DNA was put into Cortana.
Right.
So she's different than every other AI.
Right.
Because every other AI is completely synthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what makes her feel more human than other AIs.
And also why she's a bit kooky.
She's kooky for other reasons.
Yeah. For a few reasons.
Well, we go over it in this game.
Yeah.
The last line from Halo 3 was, "Wake me when you need me."
So here she goes.
Yep. And there's obviously alarms going off.
Yeah.
Wake up, Chief.
Well, we do only have half a ship, but,
Yeah.
you know, other reasons too.
I need you.
Been out for a while.
Where are we?
We're still adrift on the Dawn.
Why did you wake me?
Hang on. Bringing your systems online now.
Jared, we are still flying half a ship.
Firmware while you are out.
Yeah.
You've been busy.
Activating the ship's gravity generator. Chief, look up. You need to pull the manual release.
Seems like old times.
Ready to get back to work?
I thought you'd never ask. We've got intrusion alerts lighting up on multiple decks. Our best bet to figure
Someone's
out
come
who's
to
boarding us is
play.
the observation deck, 4 floors up.
Could it be a rescue team?
Wouldn't bet on it.
Picklebeard's asking what the name of the AI from Halo Wars was.
Let's say that again.
What was the AI from Halo Wars? What was her name?
Oh. Cynthia? No. I don't know. I've only played each of those games twice.
She's got the short hair, right?
Yeah.
Kind of spunky girl. Yeah, I liked her too, though.
How long was I out?
4 years, 7 months, 10 days.
Somebody should have found us by now. What's that?
Sensor scan, high intensity. Doesn't match any known patterns.
How close are we to the observation deck?
It's directly above us. Chief, be careful.
See, this is what more tutorial level should be like. Instead of like the
Chief,
first
watch
game.
out! Didn't realize the ship had deteriorated so badly.
Is having to go through the... Oh, hello!
I thought we had a truce with the Covenant.
A lot can happen in 4 years. Either way, he's probably not alone. We should be careful.
Yeah, everywhere. So they don't have translators on.
No?
Because in all the other previous games they were speaking English.
Yeah, things changed. I think they talk still, but...
That's the last of them. Find the override for the blast shield so we can see what we're up against.
You'd think she could, like, connect to
The good news
outdoor
is these
cameras or
Covenant aren't
something.
outfitted like standard
Oh, whoops.
military. It's possible we just came across a rogue salvage ship.
Or not.
Or we might have stumbled into an entire Covenant fleet.
Maybe they haven't recognized us.
That's one possibility. Landing craft flanking us!
So much light in these games, it's very nice to look at.
I love it. These ones definitely got prettier.
Yeah.
And I'm playing with enhanced graphics on this, so this will look better than... Where are you?
Where are you?
Sounds like he's right next to me. Oh, there we go.
We need to get off this ship.
We've got bigger problems. We've got a cruiser on an intercept course. Head for the elevator banks.
Didn't the ship's sensors say we still had weapon systems online?
Yes, but since the ship was torn in half, we can't access the weapon stations. We'll have to fire them manually from the outer hull.
Sounds exciting. Let's go.
Super exciting. So you can tell from the video at the beginning, Chief is taller than other humans, and that's
By
because
a lot.
yeah, he's like 7 foot, 7.5 feet. His body was enhanced with a bunch of, they called it enhancements, so it's kind of sounds pretty redundant, but
They
his bones
Captain
grew.
Americaized.
Yeah, it's basically, yeah, they did that, but there's a lot of risks. So there's like 20% of the Spartans, or maybe it was like half. A lot of the Spartans didn't survive the procedure. Oh, like 20% died, and then another like 30% had big problems. So they weren't able to continue in the Spartan program. So a lot of them are in like wheelchairs, and throughout the story.
That cruiser's shields are down. Assuming they don't raise them, that missile's gonna be one heck of a surprise.
Pickleback says that Buck is the best Spartan.
I guess.
It's only because the voice actor. We all know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like him because he doesn't seem to have a very big backbone. He has a conscience, but he doesn't have a backbone. So it's just, I don't know. I don't particularly appreciate him too much. I do like that he's in each game.
He works. Why can't I remember his name? Shoot.
How far?
We're just about there.
I can't remember. But yeah, the voice actor. I like him better as.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, that's it. Nathan Fillion. I like him better as Destiny.
Oh yeah, Cade 6.
Cade, yeah.
It's a shame they had to kill him.
Yep.
And if you don't know the story yet, well, you're about 6 years too late. I do love Destiny though, it's a lot of fun.
I can't remember what it was in, but I remember seeing a documentary with Nathan Fillion. He's played Halo games forever, so
Yeah.
having him in the game was really cool.
Do I have to touch a button in here? I think I might. Maybe not. I don't know. Maybe there's a hole that I have to walk through. There we go.
That hole, it's called a doorway.
It probably was closed.
Yeah. In-game sounds a bit loud at points. Okay. Can you pause real quick, babe? Thank you. I'll just turn that down a little bit. Thank you for the update.
The game audio is obviously more important than us. And that's okay, because it is.
No one's here for us. They're
Nope.
only here for the game.
The auxiliary launch station should be to your left, out of the airlocks. You'll have to prime the launch for ignition.
Cortana.
It's nothing. Just get to the launch station.
So cool.
Yeah, this song is really good.
You know, if those Jekylls hadn't have activated their shields, I never would have seen them.
Chief, you need to find the missile controls.
Aren't we in... well, I guess she activated a grab field, didn't she?
That was inside.
Yeah.
I think we have mag boots though.
Yeah, but our grenades bounced.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
But yeah, Nathan Fillion as Buck. He seemed just a little bit soft for a Spartan, but
Yeah.
they're also a much later generation, so
Yeah, well they didn't get taken as kids.
right.
They were given similar.
Similar enhancements, but they weren't indoctrinated
Yeah.
like Chief and the early kids were.
The missile won't fire until it's cleared. Get down there.
The grenades have tiny little mag boots.
You did it. Get back.
Pseudo saying he thought that Buck was just a drop trooper. Did he miss something? No, he's a Spartan.
He was an ODST originally.
Yeah.
It's just we don't. Not a lot of people know that because not a lot of people played ODST.
And then they made him a Spartan?
Yeah.
Covenant weren't the ones scanning us.
using a gravity well to pull us inside the surface. We've got to hurry. The second we cross the dome's event horizon, its atmosphere is going to tear us apart.
Where are the closest escape pods?
Aft vehicle bay. I'm tagging the closest airlock. Go!
There's no way that's the closest airlock. There's no way that's the closest airlock.
Yeah. So did the surface of the planet open up and start sucking things in?
Yeah. It created a gravity well.
Yeah. For only being half a ship, there's still a lot of integrity to it.
All but one of the grav generators just went dark.
Just keep your point at that vehicle bay.
Put him out of his misery. It's an active,
Yeah.
We're almost
mercy.
there.
So if you're 7.5 feet, those guys are like what, 10?
They're like 8, yeah, 9 feet. They're tall.
Hold on.
And he weighs a lot.
Yeah. I saw a theory once, like, their bodies weigh a lot anyway, but with the armor,
Can you track the escape pods?
They're like a ton.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and the suits, they connect to their neural system. And so, like, if, you know, in the multiplayer, when then you, like, snap their neck, and they just ragdoll, is like a legitimate thing because it would sever the connection and then the armor would crush them from the
Yeah.
outside in. Because the armor just weighs so friggin' much. I don't think you should get achievements for just playing the story. You know, it's like if you
Well,
find
what else?
something.
There's nothing else in this game.
It just bothers me, you know, where it's like, but I didn't do anything. I'm just playing the game.
Well, I beat it in part-time, not just
Oh,
beating
gotcha.
the level.
It's all the way over there. I can't see it.
Yeah.
Drama. Tis but a flesh wound.
Master Chief also has a thing where he falls from really high distances and he still lives.
Checking coordinate impact data.
We have asked you to give up your family, your childhood, your future.
Cortana,
I'm sorry. It's the crash. I'm fine.
something was wrong even before we left the Dawn.
Chief, really, I'm fine.
Cortana,
I was put into service 8 years ago.
8 years.
AIs deteriorate after 7, Chief.
Halsey,
Chief,
we need to find Halsey.
Chief, please.
She made you. She can fix you.
I won't recover from rampancy, Chief.
If we can just get back to Earth and find Halsey, she can fix this.
Don't make a girl a promise you can't keep.
That's
We need to
also
move.
a meaningful line from the first 3 games.
Doesn't
Sure.
look like the
Looks
Covenant
like she
did
doesn't
much
sound
better than we
fine.
did.
How many ships made it through the roof?
Plenty. Why?
We still need a ride home.
Yeah, when your AI
Chief,
starts
check your ammo.
sounding sick,
You
that's
might
when
want to go
it's time
easy
to
until we
panic.
can locate some more. Given all this debris, chances are you'll find something the Covenant won't want.
I
showing
was
you.
stuck in this area for like an hour the first time because I thought this was like a dead end.
Mm.
It was a long time.
I'm
picking up a faint transmission.
And YouTube
on the
wasn't as
high band.
popular as it is today.
Covenant.
Right.
It was
I
popular,
don't think
but
so.
not
The
as
pattern's
popular.
different.
It's probably also
try to
before you
triangulate
started
its
checking
position.
every little detail. You check all the corners and every, like when I'm playing games like this, you're like, you're not looking everywhere. They look like giant guns.
Yeah.
But man, look at the textures of the plants and stuff. It's not a Halo game without a tea bag.
Couple of Easter eggs.
Warthogs, and still in one piece. Nice to see your luck is holding out.
What about Malcolm Reynolds as a Spartan? That would be interesting.
Who's Malcolm Reynolds?
He's Firefly,
Oh,
Nathan Fillion.
About my condition,
yeah.
I did
But he's
want to mention,
also,
seeing as
I don't
how
know.
it's a complete long shot, but since you brought it up,
He's not as hardened.
it is possible that getting home could help me find a solution for my rampant.
I don't know.
Whee!
Well, as far as I know, I'm the only AI ever generated from living tissue. A clone of Dr. Halsey, to be precise. It may be possible to recompile my neural net by replicating those same conditions. But that means getting back to Halsey soon.
Yeah, she's old now, so those same conditions aren't going to be possible. Were you saying that Malcolm Reynolds isn't as hard?
I don't know. He just, yeah, they built too much drama into Firefly. Not that it was bad for the show. It's just there was a lot of drama with him, and he didn't speak his mind as much as I thought. I only watched the show once,
I'm hearing that strange
but it didn't
signal.
feel like he spoke his mind enough.
Stronger this time.
He spoke too much, and what he spoke was not enough of his mind.
His behavior is
And with Spartans, usually
He
Quiet.
locked it all up inside him.
locked it up.
See, it says Zoe would make a better Spartan. Yeah, she would.
Yeah,
Also in Destiny.
yeah.
But yeah, especially post Serenity, Zoe would make a fantastic Spartan. Depending on how far in the future after that you go. And if you want to become all that stuff.
I'm not really sure where I'm supposed to go. I'm just gonna run people over.
Oh, sounds good. It happens when you talk through the dialogue. And as much as we all love Jane, I don't think that he'd make too good a Spartan. Because
He might be one of the better ones, actually.
well, I mean, his moral compass or lack thereof only goes towards
His personality seems to work, though. Okay, I did go to the right spot.
Yeah, Big Ol' Bear's like, Jane as a Spartan would be a terrible mistake. I agree. You put too much power in that guy's hands. How do you think
If we're
Silence
going
would
to
be as a
hijack a
Spartan?
ship for these Covenant, we're going to have
Who's
to find where
Silence?
they're landing
From
first.
I don't suppose you have a
Horizon
plan
Zero
for that.
Dawn.
We could always ask nicely.
Huh.
The
Asking is
anti-hero.
not my
Yeah.
strong suit.
I feel like
Also in
he-
Destiny.
All the good guys in Destiny. I think that he'd make a really good one for like a year or two, and then he'd go rogue.
Yeah, talking about Serenity or Firefly characters and then saying, would they be good? I don't know.
Because you only watch it.
I only watched
I
it
think
once.
that Malcolm, he'd probably be pretty close to Buck, but maybe a little. He'd probably have a bit more of a spine, like you were saying. But I mean, he's already been through a war, and that's like what has shaped most of his personality post that. So I don't think that he would sign up to become a Spartan.
Right.
Rivers already have a Spartan already, so...
Yeah.
I think that Zoe's probably the best candidate, though, honestly.
These guys do not move the same way they did in Halo 3. So,
In straight lines.
yeah, well, they had, like, predictable head movements.
Yeah.
That elite dropped
And I
his
agree with
camo
that,
rifle.
Aloha. I
Let's
think
have a
that
look.
Jane would have...
I'll run a soft patch to it from the suit. Never know what might come in handy.
He'd probably have a bit too much talk, and, I mean, he talks good game, and he can freak out and give a good fight,
There's
but
that phantom
they don't always
I think
collide.
when you say Jane, I honestly think of that character from
I heard something that time.
The Expanse.
Oh.
What's his name? Not Alan.
Sentinels.
I wondered when they'd show up.
But yeah, it's, some other character.
There.
Amos.
Chief, a console in the back.
Hmm?
Amos?
Amos.
Thank you, Picklebeard.
Yeah. Because it feels like he
It's a localized site
he calls himself a mad dog.
Hmm.
Okay. In service of Forerunner Shield World, designate Requiem.
But he has a backbone and he doesn't talk
We know
much.
where we are now.
He's the pilot, isn't he?
Let's see if you
No.
can tell us
No?
what the Covenant are so interested in.
He's the, I guess, the mechanic kind of guard.
What happened?
I don't know. It locked up. I'm detecting power fluctuations in several locations. I'll put them up for you. Hopefully we can find some way to get this cartographer back online.
Picklebeard says he loves that show, The Expanse.
Yeah, it's a fun show. I have not watched season 4 yet, but I've read the book for season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how far season 4 goes, but I assume.
And Jared, I'm with you. I use melee way too much in these games. Whenever I can. I mean, you've seen me. You've seen me
Okay,
play 7 Days to Die.
Let's pause for,
This energy
like,
is
while
actually
they're
a
talking.
ferroelectric data field. Your shields are just cycling in response to the chamber's charge.
Will this bring the cartographer back online?
Partially. This type of processing system usually works in parallel. We'll have to locate its twin.
And Pseudo says the best Halo run is easy mode without firing a single bullet. That's more my style. I use
The Covenant! They found a way inside.
melee like any chance I get. The first time in a first-person shooter that I didn't was when I was playing Destiny, and I was sniping everything.
Oh yeah, you played as a warlock.
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
No, I was a hunter,
Oh.
but I would get sniper rifles and stuff, so I wouldn't have to go into the fray.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty good show. I kind of fell off at the second season, but I was also, let's see, the youngest was probably only a few months old when we started that, right?
Mhm.
So I was really sleep deprived and it just didn't register what was going on. I couldn't keep track
Yeah.
of everything.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! UNSC AI Cortana to Infinity. Please respond. No response. But from the strength of that signal, the Infinity has to be close by.
Not the ship
The
from the
cartographer
first.
should be back
game.
online. We may be able to use it to track the ship's location.
he says he tends to not get into series until it's done and over. Because then you can watch it at your own pace instead of having to wait a week for another episode to go out.
Yeah.
Which I feel like that used to be a really good thing. But, you know, because people were more into routines. But I'm stopping for story.
Yeah.
The cartographer keeps acting like the transmission is coming from everywhere on the planet at once. It doesn't want to triangulate Infinity's signal. But wait. I got it.
That can't be right. Scan again.
We've already passed through one layer of the planet's surface. It's not crazy to think that someone else made it deeper inside than we did.
You mean the planet's hollow?
Let me see if I can figure out a way to reach these coordinates that doesn't involve us digging a really big hole. There's a terminus on the far side of the complex. We can portal to the planet's core from there.
What?
I don't know.
If we have a shot at getting you back to Infinity, we're taking it.
Okay.
All the rampant technology will get together,
Let's get to that terminus and find Infinity.
and only good things will happen, right?
What do you know
Yeah.
about Infinity?
Not much. She was supposed to be massive, but the project was only in prototype when we left. Scouts, fortifying the bridge below. Stay sharp.
But watching TV shows, like certain ones I really like binging, getting through the story as quickly as I can.
Mhm.
Like
Ted Lasso.
that, yep, that's the one.
Oh man, it was so good.
So good.
If you guys have not watched it,
It's such a feel-good show. I love it.
but at the same time, it's not like,
It's not sunshine and roses feel good.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
just,
Because there's a lot of heavy subjects in there.
yeah.
But you still end an episode feeling good. Suda says he never tried Destiny. He was always under the impression it was kind of flop, and it's the first time he's heard it talked about. I think the main reason is because most of the story you have to read on a separate website. It was such a
Yeah.
bad move.
Yeah. It's not bad now because there's like enough stuff, but man, oh man, it was bad.
And I actually don't really like it very much anymore. Number one, because my favorite character got killed off. But number two, when it first came out, the voice actor for the Ghost was
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage. I'm like, Dink. I remember that. Peter Dinklage. And they brought in this other voice actor after the first
Nathan
update.
Nolan.
And yeah, I just don't like it as much. He's too chirpy. I liked it when the Ghost had grit, you know? It just felt more real to me. So when they brought in the other guy, I was like, yeah, okay, I don't think I like this anymore. Nolan North.
Nolan North. I get like Christopher Nolan mixed up with Nathan Fillion.
Too many names.
People ask, how do you get those mixed up? I don't know. I do.
But you're also playing a game. You're
I am
multitasking.
also playing a game.
And that should have clipped your wings.
What if...
Flyer.
Oh, here we go.
Because we can't just eject.
I don't. There we go. That's how you do it.
I'll make it fit.
Covenant net's going crazy. They're ordering all units to converge on the tower.
I guess we got their attention.
Nothing subtle about what we do here.
I could fight everything in sight,
Meh.
but that's, I don't know.
We're about to have our hands full. The elites just issued a general order. They're moving all ground teams to secure the tower entrance above us.
If only they were as flippable as Warcraft. Hello. They almost had a Naruto running. I'm seeing the animations that they do when they get mad, the elites. Looks like something out of an anime. This isn't even my final form!
The reload button used to be X, so if I go invisible when it doesn't seem like a good idea,
The Sentinels are trying to keep the
it's
Covenant
because I forgot the controls.
I didn't even remember you could go invisible.
Come on, big boy.
Okay.
Okay. That didn't hit me, but whatever.
I always get brutes and hunters mixed up. Because
That was some good headshots there, okay? Don't make fun of me.
it's just a little late. But I feel like hunters should be a little bit more sleek. You know?
The Sentinels are trying to keep the Covenant out.
And so I always get these guys confused with brutes because it's like, if I'm gonna name something a brute, that looks more like brute strength, you know?
Right. Yeah, keep facing me, buddy. Come on.
They're just giving you a back massage. I wonder what they look like without any armor on though. If
Yeah,
they
I
just
think
look
they're
like
a bunch
brain.
of worms.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Get wrecked.
While you were busy, I managed to clear up another transmission from Infinity.
Sounded like he said artifact.
I wonder if it's related to whatever the Covenant is.
Where's the terminus?
Dopamine!
Matt placed it at the top of the tower.
Imagine walking like that, like looking up with a sword.
Barbie!
I feel like they went all out with this soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for the time, the first one was hard to beat, you know?
Oh yeah.
Like, I knew that song long before I knew that it was actually Halo.
Right.
It's something just kill you?
I don't know. I bumped the cord onto the table. I'm like, crap, what did I do?
Something straight out of Alien.
Mm-hmm.
According to the cathedral, this terminus is just one node of a larger transit grid that spans the entire planet.
What?
When I tried to access the outlet closest to Infinity's transmissions, the system responded with this.
What is it?
That's the kicker. It's the Forerunner symbol for Reclaimer.
Humanity. That's got to be Infinity. Can you get us to those coordinates?
Let me try to open a portal.
Cortana.
I'm picking up unknown energy signatures.
Where?
This can't be right.
Set a
They're like
waypoint out of the
beetles.
tower.
Exactly, Jared.
Cortana?
It says teleport all the enemies to
Hunt
you.
it. Quick, into the portal. Chief, go!
Oh. What was that exactly?
Teleport all enemies to you?
Yeah.
Like he called it seconds before it happened.
Those things.
Some sort of advanced defense AIs. Related to the Sentinels, I'm guessing, but it's hard to say without a closer look.
Yeah, this
Come on,
is
let's figure out
beautiful.
where that transit system dumped us.
So what's at the core then?
We'll find out.
Where's Infinity?
This is Requiem's core, all right. But Infinity is definitely not here. That satellite in the center is amplifying the ship's broadcasts like a relay.
Maybe we can use it to respond.
Perhaps. Those beams coming off it are creating the interference we've been experiencing. We'd have to take them out to contact Infinity.
Can you get us there?
Opening a gate to the first beam pylon. Pull me, and let's go.
She didn't say yank me.
This is the first pylon?
Negative. This is as close as I could get us. Hope you don't mind hoofing it a little.
Oh, you're so good at the small talk, Cortana.
Contacts!
So, I'm trying to figure out what
Coming
is...
down the wall!
What is what?
Like, well, this is the interior of the planet, and there are rocks. But the planet's made out of metal.
Parts of it are. We find out what this is, and I'll explain more what it is
When we get there.
if I need to. But there's definitely things I know.
See, this is the great thing about having the memory of a goldfish. I get to relive these kinds
This
of
is a
games,
very
'cause I've
confusing
played-
game. We've only played it once, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe one other, maybe twice, just because Halo 5 came out.
Look out!
Hello.
Well, he's just a ray of sunshine, isn't he? From that peek under the hood, I'd say these constructs must be mimetic in nature.
What does that mean?
Mimic. So they mimic human.
Similar phasing activity at the edge of our sensors. We're about to get busy.
I believe. constituting or habitually practicing mimesis. Oh, miming, yeah. Which is, mimic, miming. It's all related, all that good Latin stuff.
All of it.
I've discovered something
I
interesting.
love picking up guns for the first time in this game.
When the big ones explode, that momentary flash we're seeing is actually a data purge.
Can you tap into it?
So far, I've pulled multiple strings referring to the big ones as Promethean Knights. Beyond that, though, things get a bit dense.
Yes, I am further from the mic. Let's see if we can bring it a little further over. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
I got the controller beneath the desk.
Yeah, so Olo says that skull looked way too human for comfort. So if we... Oh, does it... Do they do it every time? I wonder if that's something to try to scare people off, because it seems like a really bad idea. It's like, hey, I'm going to scream at you and open my armor to do it. But if we were an elite, would it look different?
No, because of what I know.
Okay. Jared says they took the skulls from their enemies. And then she said that it was a data purge, so if they're just an AI hologramming, why would they even manifest as a body? But, Cortana does the same thing as well as all the other AIs. But that's more for human comfort, isn't it?
Yeah, they get to choose their own shell. That's why I hate those guys. Not that
They'll
they're...
fly off and recover.
Yeah. Okay. Look at that.
So cool.
So good.
The relay interference is increasing. We must be getting close to the pylon.
Shoot all the dummies. They don't really behave like dogs, but they always reminded me of dogs. Maybe hyenas.
That's me.
Yeah.
Something about moving through those portals is increasing the load on my systems.
Are you gonna be alright?
Should I do this?
Don't worry. I've held off rampancy this
After
long,
this.
haven't I?
Now go.
Well, this is a terminal, so...
I don't.
It gives backstory.
Oh, sure, yeah.
My love, put fear from your heart.
War is your realm, Didact, not mine. And you marched to this war, facing foes that, while always aggressive, were never so aggressive as they are now.
Your fears are unfounded. The enemy will be turned, and I shall stand by your side once more.
Promise me that.
I promise you.
It's an interesting art style.
Nothing will stand between us.
Lord of Admirals, we are in position over the Forerunner planet.
Show me. Population numbering over 2 billion. Forerunner ships on alert and inbound.
Pseudo's asking
Is it possible? Have we gotten ahead of it?
Flood infestation detected, my lord.
Damn it!
My lord,
The infestation is in a remote locale. Perhaps if we warn the Forerunners?
If we warn them, we give the Flood time to spread. You know we have no choice. Cleanse the planet.
This is the Flood from the first game, which is the parasite that takes over bodies. And I have to explain that for that to make sense, why they're shooting the planet.
Yeah. Anything organic. Well, any living creature. Not plants, just animals. And
so humans, if nobody quite picked up on that, humans destroyed the Forerunner homeworld.
Because it was infected.
Yeah, because it had a little bit of the Flood on it.
Let's see. Yeah, Jared understands it takes over organics. And Olo says, but those were humans? Yes, just thousands of years ago?
Tens of thousands, yeah.
Tens of thousands.
That was before the Forerunners created the Halo rings. And after that, the librarian, the chick that was talking to say, promise me, she's a librarian. And she
is against the whole...
Well, she...
One of the shield's power cores. Take it out.
Yes, mother. The librarian is...
The librarian has indexed a bunch of life, including humanity.
Mm-hmm.
So our current existence right now is essentially us having been reseeded after being destroyed by the rings.
Mm.
Like, right now.
So she's like Noah's Ark.
Yeah, that's kind of what it was, yeah. Except, it wasn't like cryo, it was DNA.
Well done, Chief. One to go.
Like Prometheus.
Yeah. Like that, yeah. I'm not entirely sure where the third one is. We will find it together.
Because eventually she'll mark it.
It's probably here.
That's all the angry is there.
Great, that's all the cores. Head for the top of the pylon.
Did we meet the librarian in previous games?
No.
Chief, look at this. That's Requiem. They're not inside at all. They're moving into orbit.
Man, this music is so good.
Yeah.
They must have intercepted our distress beacon.
The beacon was pulled into Requiem with us. If they try to follow it.
They'll get caught in the gravity well. I'll keep trying to warn them. You just get that beam down.
So, it
That's the beam
consumes.
Say that one more time.
It's like a SCP. There's a monster in a different video game that uses the speech from its last victim to trap its next one.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't hit the gravity well yet.
There's still too much interference to warn them. We've got to disable that other beam before they're pulled in like we were. I was wondering why Infinity hadn't encountered the Covenant yet.
What are they doing here?
They're heading to the second pylon as well.
That can't be a coincidence.
Sounds like the Prometheans don't want the Covenant here either. The BattleNet's already lighting up with reports of resistance all around the pylon.
Keep the pylon up, take the pylon down. Keep the pylon up, keep the pylon down.
I don't know what that means.
It's a rendition of an Eagles song.
Oh, okay.
It's kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down.
Drop pod.
No kidding.
Worth it. You don't jump forward like you do in Destiny, so at least with hunters. I should have picked being a Titan in Destiny.
Why?
Because they always hit W.
Titan Slayer, Slayer of all Titans.
I miss the old jazz.
Yeah. I do like that shotgun.
Yeah, it's really good. Ooh, so just a little bit longer. I love how it vaporizes any enemy. Another cool thing, the only reason I know this is because I watched the presentation of them demoing this at like E3 a decade ago now. 8 years ago. They when you shoot somebody with these guns in their power forms, they will disintegrate from the point that you shot them.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that you mention that, I recall seeing that. Not actively remembering it, but you know, it's like, hey, it's not the same animation every time.
Yeah. Where do I go? I feel like I'm in the wrong... I already jumped up this way, didn't I?
Just walk around until you find more bad guys, then you know you're going the right way.
Yeah. This is where I came from. Yep.
Yes.
Cool.
So that way, through the hole in the rock. Or toward the big green door over there.
Woo!
Yes! Ooh! Well, that's fun. Oh yeah, those things.
Ammo suckers.
It's really cool the way that those Promethean soldiers move, because like it's very animalistic, where it's like it's making itself bigger to appear more threatening, and then you know showing skeletal systems of another species.
The relay's signal is breaking up again. We're almost to the beam.
And so it's like scaring you on a primal level as well as just, you know, killing
Making
you.
itself bigger.
They found the opening. We better get up to that relay and fast.
But first, story time.
It's ammo.
Oh.
It's ammo that I probably won't need either.
Well, says, okay, random thought. I'm craving shock tarts right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got sour ropes.
Ooh. Mute the mic and let me suck on the sour ropes.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm
I
good,
totally feel that, Olo. Because that was like my go-to candy whenever going on a road trip, because nobody else would eat them. And I had a lot of siblings. But there's a special place in my heart, and they don't make them shock tarts anymore. It's just sour, sweet tarts. Oh, I totally would. I totally would share.
You are going down. Yeah. Oh, he didn't go down. Okay.
Oh, they do! Oh, sweet. Just know where that I live. Like
What?
the shock tarts.
Oh yeah, you have to
You have to go specific places for them.
live in Washington.
Yeah. Live in Washington and go to the gas stations, because they're not going to sell them at the grocery store.
Never.
Never. You got on your wing. Well, in that case, Olo, share. You have a place that sells them nearby? Oh, and I never got the report on that, that special bread that you ordered. What was it? Eggnog. Eggnog pumpkin bread or something.
Get it in there.
Power core down.
You have a gas station 40 feet from your house? Well, heck, go get some, dude.
Power cores so you can access the pylon.
That must be an interesting place to live.
Good job.
Yeah, I don't know if I could take it.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, we drive an electric vehicle, and so the smell of gas stations.
Oh, don't remind me about our car. Somebody hit it in a parking lot today.
It was so bad. It's not.
It's our 1-year anniversary of getting it fixed. I have owned it. We've owned it for what, 24 months?
Yep.
And we've only driven it for 23 because it took a month to fix a bumper. And now we have to fix a fender. Oh.
Neither of these things are our fault, though.
Yeah, we were
hit us
literally
in a parking lot today.
And we were at a stoplight, stopped for the other one.
And a guy just he claimed he didn't even have his phone on him, but we swear he was looking at his phone and just
This is the first one. Today we have no idea, but we had Tesla cam footage.
That'll do it. Shield should be down. Get up to that beam.
Sorry, dude. But yeah.
It's just so
It is.
The guy was nice enough though, so don't villainize the guy. I'm just
Yeah.
mad that it happened.
Yeah. And like he didn't even see that happen. The guy's in a 4x4 giant truck.
He's in a GMC, like big one, like a Ford F-150 kind of size.
Sierra, yeah. Because I had to put in the information. A Sierra 2500, and he didn't feel it, so he bumps us, goes in reverse, and then parks, and then goes into the store, and like.
He says he doesn't notice, but he reversed. So I don't know. It's just super weird that you tap a car and you don't even like
Realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so you haven't opened any of them yet. Okay, so I haven't missed out. Jared, it is still their fault.
Yeah, it's 100% their fault.
Yeah.
They know we're here.
Yeah.
Infinity, this is UNSC AI Cortana. Do not approach Forerunner planet. Repeat, do not approach.
Andrew Del Rio's my favorite.
Hold on to Dawn. We read you, but you're breaking up. Help. Increase speed by 0.7.
He's a real by-the-book guy.
Negative,
Good,
Infinity.
good
Do
guy.
not enter the planet.
Good guy.
Wait, who was?
Captain Del Rio. Yeah.
Gotcha.
No, Chief, you've got to get that beam down now.
Yeah, so it's not too bad. But yes, it is still their fault, and you know, since it's a Tesla, it'll cost a pretty penny, but hopefully it'll, yeah, for them, it should be covered 100%.
Do you copy? Come in, Infinity.
It's unfortunate that I know the process well enough.
Yeah, well, we also have
from
a
last
friend.
time. Oh my gosh, I got in a wreck. Well, we got tapped a month after he rear-ended somebody, so it's, I feel like I've gone through this process twice already, and here's number 3.
Well, probably 4. Hang on.
Why would they care about a broadcast relay?
I'll handle them. You just find us that control node. How soon till Infinity hits the gravity well?
I
A
recognize
minute or
that
two
shape.
max. The Covenant are making a push for something on the
I
far side of the
recognize
satellite.
that shape. Halo 5. But anyway, our friend who also drives a Tesla, about the same time we got rear-ended, had crashed into somebody. He does the crashing into other people, and we get crashed into. But
I gave him a lot of crap for it, so I got karma a month later. It was well-deserved karma.
Yeah. But anyway, he was... I would call it tailgating because he was just so freaking close, but he like gouged out his poor car's eye on a trailer that had stuff hanging out the back. Right about the time that we got rear-ended, so he was able to help us in that too.
Yeah.
You know, just calm our nerves. As far as living next to a gas station, Olo says it's not too bad. I deal with some random trash in my yard every now and again. It's the living off a major and a thoroughfare, and living on a semi-major EW thoroughfare that gets annoying. Too many speed demons, and I hear sirens 3 to 4 times a day. Also, I live a mile from the airport, so occasionally hear airplanes flying in and out. Oh man.
As long as they don't fuel up at the gas station, I guess it's alright.
Man, that's rough. Growing up, we lived just beside the railroad tracks, and that's enough to drive a person mad. Having airplanes and sirens and speed demons, oh my, at all hours of the day.
Where am I going?
In circles, my love.
I know. Okay, go up there. In there. Yep.
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention.
Of course, the door opens when I'm like fighting somebody, and then I walk the other way.
Because it didn't register. Although also works as a phone customer service agent.
Bless your heart.
Oh man, that's endless noise. Go get yourself some shark tarts. Hello.
Shark tarts?
Shark tarts. They've got a bite to them. Ba-dum-ts. No. That takes a special kind of person, though, Olo. I'm very impressed. There we go. Oh, good point. He'd have to get dressed to get shock darts. Never mind. It's not worth the sacrifice.
Hey, you need to hear this.
Have fun in your underwear, man.
Planetary entry. Suggest altering approach,
Oh. Almost 11 where he is, too.
It's the best time for Shark Tarts.
Maybe eventually Grubhub will be like, you can submit a thing where
You
it's
can
like,
do Postmates.
Go to the convenience store, get me some Shark Tarts. And then don't judge me when I open the door.
Don't just avert your eyes.
Olo says, who says I'm in underwear?
You always assume underwear so they can go the next step.
There you go.
Wait, something's not right.
We don't have time.
The pillars! Touch the pillars!
Touch them!
Last time I touched pillars like this, the whole humanity was saved.
Infinity, this is Sierra 117 of the UNSC forward unto dawn. Do you copy?
That sounds good.
Infinity, do you read?
Little reassurance must be good here.
Chief, let go of the contacts.
Find us an exit.
Don't wait around on my account.
Humans always touching things they shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Poke it. Olo says he's in sleep shorts.
What was that sound?
That's a good question. I think, Jared played a gunshot that got me. I'm like, what just happened? That wasn't in game, but I was in the middle of a sentence. Hello, sir.
So fades the great harvest of my betrayal.
Guy from the video we watched.
Yes, but more muscular. Oh, so they knew what they were getting into. The Covenant.
Yeah, it seems so.
Even these beasts recognize what you were oblivious to, human. Your nobility has blinded you, as ever.
Vader!
The librarian left little to chance, didn't she? Turning my own guardians, my own world, against me. But what hubris to believe she could protect her pets from me forever. If you haven't mastered even these primitives, then man has not attained the mantle. Their ascendance may yet be prevented. Time was your ally, human. But now it has abandoned you. The Forerunners have returned. This too is now yours.
Whee!
Slip space rupture! Chief, move! Chief, please. We've got to go. That Didact, he manipulated Infinity's signal to get us to release him. Get up!
What's happening?
Moving the satellite. Destabilize the core.
Nice.
The Didact's leaving. We've got to find a portal out of here before the whole network collapses. Grab one of those ghosts. Hang on. I'm going to channel energy from your shields to overdrive those.
Would you mind plugging in the
Sure. Maybe not. Just a second. says he's in sleep shorts. Suda says it's a great parable for haste, and Olo says it reminds him of Harbinger. Harbinger? How do you pronounce that?
I say Harbinger. That's what I hear other people say. This is so awesome. Follow the grunts.
Connect the dots. And Picklebeard says he wishes his clothes would attach to him like that. My skin-tight leotard armor.
Fleet Con, this is Infinity. We are encountering an unidentifiable gravimetric disturbance, and you're being pulled inside the planet for an origin. I'm gonna die. Cause I'm.
Where's your watch charger?
I don't know. It should be right there on the back.
Yeah, you think so.
It's right there.
Ah, there it is.
I'm being made fun of.
Because you died.
I died. Alright, for real this time, everybody. That was just a
warm-up.
A warm-up, yeah.
Couldn't smash enough grunts. Gotta do it again. Except it looks like all the grunts are gone now. Game sounds not too loud now, right?
Oh, cool. I got a partial checkpoint, I think.
Yeah. Whee! Last thing we need is your sass, lady.
That's all you got under pressure.
So, do you think the Covenant were here specifically to release him, or were they like us too? Well, they actually came to that location.
I think we find out, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. It was kind of an inconsequential part of the story. Oh my gosh, really?
Not gonna make it. Tripped at the finish line.
Whoa, cowboy!
Nice.
Awesome.
Chief, there!
So
a big
good.
gun.
This is the captain of the UNSC Infinity. Unknown entity has seized control of our ship. We're without power. We're on a collision course with an unidentified Forerunner planet.
I hope those antennas on the bottom aren't important.
Yeah. Jared says hello and goodbye, Infinity. That guy sounded...
Marking. Impact predicted 77.8 kilometers due north.
Hello.
You know where he's heading.
Same place we are.
Let's walk slowly.
It's more epic that way.
I know.
Picklebeard says the stats for Infinity are pretty insane. And Jared goes, that is a fast ball.
Just imagine how it would just like melt your flesh. Going from 0 to the speed of sound it looked like.
If it hit your head on the way out, how far would it land?
Consorti heading this way. The ship looks intact.
Something tells me that's only because the Didact wanted it that way.
This is Lasky to UNSC Infinity. We're up to our next bad guys down here. Does anyone read?
This is Sierra 117 of the UNSC forward under Dawn. We're on station, ready to assist.
Negative copy. Sounded like you said forward under Dawn coming in.
Signal's bouncing in and out. I can't clean it up.
Light up their friend or foe tags. We're gonna need something to zero in on.
Jared believes that was faster than the speed of sound.
Yes.
Seeing numerous IFF tags. Painting the closest one on your HUD.
It sounded like a Chewbacca call.
Personal.
We've lost contact with your Pelican. Report in.
Must not have received this distress call.
Picklebeard says that infinity is 907 million metric tons.
Oh, wow.
So built in space, probably.
One of them's an officer. Check his IFF tag. The tag IDs him as Jimenez, Halo J.
Then Lasky's still out there somewhere.
Wonder how long it took us to get here.
Considering we were walking when we got here,
Mm-hmm.
long time.
It makes me wonder, though, why they were still on the radio asking for help. It's like, nobody's here, dude.
I think he was asking for help from inside the ship.
He said, is anybody out there? We're up to... Well, maybe. If he was trying to, like, recall soldiers.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
My thought,
Yeah, that makes more sense. I usually go on one track, so hearing other opinions widens my horizons. 5,694.2 meters, or 18,682 feet. Jared predicts it took him 2 days to get to infinity.
sounds about right, considering it seems like they had set up a resistance and whatnot.
Yeah, and they said that it was going to land 77 kilometers away?
77.8.
Yeah. Yes, well, you are not a Spartan, Jared. He's like, that's a lot faster than my backpack. I am curious, though, how is Master Chief getting sustenance?
Dropped on the ground over there.
He never eats.
Yeah, but that seems a bit odd, given how many calories he would probably need. Unless the suit does like everything for him.
This is what they've been using to see through the fog.
No, I'm saying like if the suit moves him forward, if all he has to do is think and the suit moves him rather than him moving the suit or his body.
He has reflexes that are high enough to handle the suit moving. It's weird.
Okay, so he doesn't need. He doesn't require.
Because if you put a normal person in here, everybody like twitches a little bit. The suit reacts to those twitches, and one of the normal people who tried on the suit broke every bone in his body because the suit pulverized him as he was shaking in pain and reacting in pain.
Gotcha.
Kind of terrifying.
Yeah. Imagine having a seizure in one of those things. So that answers it then. The suit is doing most of the work, so his caloric intake would not be...
That's not the case, because with Spartans being enhanced, they're doing a lot of the work to be precise. So, I mean, they're probably consuming a lot of calories for what they have to do.
Mm-hmm. We've got another
it's more than a human can do, but it's not as much as you would think.
Right.
F on the far side of this thicket.
I know, you got professional athletes eating a ton all the time. You'd think the Spartans would need something like that too, unless they have some sort of program. Got, we're going for a walk. Oh, now I can't. TPF, which is basically getting fed through an IV directly into your heart.
Mm.
Pseudo says one of the movies has a great scene.
What movies?
Halo movies?
I mean, there's TV shows. Kind of things, like little mini episodes, I guess. I didn't know there was any movie. Oh, The Fall of Reach, maybe?
Yeah, can you expand on that, Pseudo?
Yeah.
It took him 2 days. He did 22 miles a day, which is 2 times faster than Jared can backpack.
As far as I can tell, we're moving into a choke point. This may end up as a dead end.
Arlo says that's 20 times faster than he can.
Oh, I had to... I didn't like this game because the paths forward were not very straightforward.
That's the friend or foe tag, but where's whoever it belongs to?
That's a big freaking tag.
Yeah.
Multiple IDs! Chief, they're friendlies!
Yay! Okay.
Afraid we're gonna have to give you an IOU on that welcome home party. Tom Lasky, first officer of the Infinity. Never thought I'd see you again.
Seal her up!
Why did she come out without a helmet on?
Because she's a new Spartan.
You'd be taller.
Helmets are for dummies.
Radio's hot.
It's because she's female. Everyone else has helmets on.
Oh.
What frequency, damn it?
Infinity, this is Commander Lasky. Pelican recon teams are down. Repeat, all birds are down. We got numerous casualties and require immediate assistance. Over.
Finally. Did you get the coordinates of that gravity well?
Affirmative, sir, but we're gonna need a bus out of here.
Make it happen.
You were sent on a scouting run in the middle of an attack on the ship.
The captain thought Infinity could provide us cover and hold off the attack at the same time.
Sir, we'll never get the wounded back to the ship on foot.
I don't know if it's too soon to ask you for a favor, but we're gonna run out of breathing room here real quick. I don't suppose you're any good at clearing LZs.
On occasion. I'll send out an all clear once the area is secured.
A topographical scan of the area shows a break in the foliage north of here. Should be big enough to bring in a dropship for evac.
Story time. Too late.
We're watching a movie. Chill.
Lord of Admirals. So very many years have we battled. My finest opponent. The mantle accepts all who live fiercely, who defend their young, who build and struggle and grow. And even those who dominate, as humans have dominated, cruelly, and without wisdom. But for all of us, there is a time like this. And for you, that time is now. Know this, relentless enemy, killer of our children, Lord of Admirals. Soon we will face the enemy you have faced. And we are afraid.
Flood. My life workers are investigating, but I believe the humans were never attacking us.
Tell that to the millions of dead.
The humans were acting as caretakers, pruning away planets so that this infection would not spread.
They took the mantle of responsibility upon themselves. And in so doing, they brought this sickness to our shores.
Husband.
Yeah, those weapon shots. It was like, holy cow, that's a lot of damage. So the movie that Pseudo was talking about was one of the Halo movies. He says, I think it had to do with Reach. It's been a long time. But there's a scene where a guy gets crumpled like a sheet of paper by a Spartan suit and it's burned into his mind.
Yeah.
And Jared says, also breathing in some sulfur dioxide / rotten eggs in gas form.
It was from the Fall of Reach book that I got that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that he saw it there.
Yeah. It's like in Iron Man, that one test dummy that they show on the...
Oh, yeah.
Would you want to say that pilot lived?
Well, it broke his back, too.
Yeah. That's just so terrifying to me, though. Being, like, thinking that you're in control of something and then it just ripping you to shreds.
Yeah.
Dust.
Chief, it's Lasky. We're getting reports of friendlies pinned down near your position. Can you assist?
Commander, this is Cortana. We're on our way.
We'll do all the things.
What are we doing?
Huh? Oh, he's just, can you go clear all these things and the thing over there and over there? While you're out, could you get some toilet paper?
He's an amazing guy.
Nice. Ooh. Wow, thank you, Jared. You just cheered 100 bits.
Oh, thank you.
The Marines got
Nice. He got his 5K bit badge.
Nice.
Congratulations, and thank you so much.
On what?
Oh,
These
for
doors
Jared.
open into a cave system with a space large enough for an LZ. Hold them off long enough for me to open the doors.
It's not about how long it takes. It's that you gave that support in the very short few months that I've been a streamer. So thank you so much.
Very kind, really.
He's like, now the journey to 10K. Thank you, Olo.
Don't shoot me, you jerk.
You don't shoot me, I shoot you.
My own guys are more dangerous than the enemies right now. I am playing on easy, but still.
At least it's Chief just kind of takes the bullet instead of all the annoying, hey, friendly fire, every time. Someone's pissed and rampant.
Got it. Passageway's unlocked. Come and get me.
Shotgun's more useful.
Which emoji did that get for you, Jared? I can't remember. I know laughing is the first tier. Laughing snake.
Sorry about back there. That hatch of security was more difficult than I expected.
Eyebrow raise the snake. Ooh, you should tell him about the your idea for an emoji. I don't want to say too much because it'll give it all away.
Okay, I'll mute the mic just a second.
Wait, what's he doing?
So certain jokes happened, and I was like, you need to make a bird that is licking something, and it could be a phallic
emoji.
Yeah.
Phallic warning. Oh wow, 3 of them have it. Jared, Pseudo, and Olo all have 5K bit badges. That's amazing. Pseudo gives a facepalm. I thought it was pretty clever, and then anyone in any other chat that gets it, it's like, what on earth is that about?
They'll get it if they look at it long enough. Why are you looking at my phallic symbol so long, man?
I've got the perfect design for it too. There was a dance where, for some reason, seagulls were a decoration. So there was this paper seagull that we had hanging in our room for forever, and it's like this derpy looking seagull. It's got the perfect face for it. And anytime I think of it, I think of my Spanish class, because we had to write down stories and share them where it was like, you have to put emotions and give, conjugate all these verbs into different things and tell a story. It was like, okay. So one time, I was probably like 12 maybe. We go to the Seattle Science Center, and we're all having fun, and then it's time for lunch.
And then what?
Hang on.
Hostile elements attempting to gain entrance to the Infinity Bridge. They're outside the hatch! Doors breached! Doors breached! All units return to Infinity immediately. That's an order. Chief, I'm redirecting the Spartan
force to Rally Point Alpha Sierra Foxtrot. Until we catch up, you have tactical command of the forward assault force. Rendezvous with those men and take back that ship.
Yes, sir.
Good luck, Chief. Lasky out.
So it's time for lunch, and we bought pizza there. So, you know, freaking expensive. And I feel bad about it because Mom and Dad are spending so much money on us in one day. And I'm sitting with Chach.
This is where I came from, didn't I?
Maybe. I'm not sure. Kind of looks like it, though. So I'm sitting with Chach, and she and I kind of butted heads a lot when we were younger. And so she and I are sitting at a table, and she gets up and walks over to Dad to ask him something. What? Because you went back the wrong way for like the third time this playthrough, but that's not important.
That's why I don't like this game a lot.
Yeah, because
it's just kind of confusing. So it's either oh my gosh.
The big shiny thing?
No, I have to go to the ship that just showed up after I walked away.
Of course.
Yep.
Anyway, so Chach walks away.
This is Pelican 595.
Here we go again.
We have the chief on board and are outbound for Rally Point Alpha Sierra Foxtrot.
Okay, finish your story.
So she goes over to Dad, talk about something. A seagull comes up, lands on the table like 3 inches away from my face, grabs her pizza and flies off. She comes back to the table. She's like, Hannah, you ate my pizza. And I'm like, no, I didn't. A seagull came and stole it. She's like, I don't believe you. And so, like, I have to point all the way across. It's like, it's right over there. And it's like, horking down her pizza. It was so weird. And, you know, high school Spanish class, no one's understanding what I'm saying except for my teacher, and she's just busting a gut listening to it all. I'm not on your dropship, so I may shoot you.
Okay.
Nice.
They do blow up. Okay.
Now that you're fully equipped with people. You punched a goat in the head? Do tell what brought that up. I mean, you punched horses before, but they were being mean.
They like bite you sometimes. Gnarly.
Yeah, they got nasty teeth. Get bit by a horse, you don't come back from that.
I don't want to hit any animals, but if they bite you, I'll punch whatever it is.
Yeah, it's not something that's like, oh yeah, I'll do that. It's, the animal's gonna threaten you, you gotta defend yourself.
It was, it bit me. It didn't threaten me. I was not a, like, horse caretaker, so I didn't really know how to take care of the horses.
Right.
So, it probably could have been prevented, which would have been better, but...
Still. But you were also a teenager.
Yeah.
There's only so many options at that point. Although, kind of, we have an army, Chief. We have a tank.
Yeah. Always. Always. It reminds me of in Halo 2 where it's like, tank beats hunter. And then you like keep blowing things up and it says, tank beats everything. Oh man. Do I need to kill that thing? No.
Do you want to kill that thing? Yeah. And you still have all your pets.
And I don't have fire coming out of the back of it yet. Do we go up here? That's probably not the right way.
Nope.
Because the bad guy was over here, so you follow the bad guys. What time is it? We still good on time?
Yeah, it's 10:16.
Nice.
When do we call it? 11? 10:30?
I think after we find our sub-villain and meet my favorite character.
Sarcasm favorite character?
No. Captain Del Rio. He's a good guy. He's a captain.
All captains are good guys. Picklebeard says, at a zoo with my daughter when she was about 5, and you can go and feed and pet the goats. One of them decided to ram my little girl, so I hit him. Don't blame you.
That's the right move.
Yep. There's a lot of people with little yippy rat dogs in our neighborhood. You never know what they're gonna do. So the thing has told me on multiple occasions, like, if a dog comes up here and is chasing down my boys, I'm gonna punch it. I'm gonna kick that dog and get away from my kids.
Because if your dog's not on the leash, that's their first problem.
Yeah. Because you never know. There is like a husky that was being nice, and then like there's a couple of dogs where they'll get into a mood where they'll like be playing, but they're like nipping and yanking the kid around, and the kid's little. So.
There's a lot of good dogs.
Yeah.
Around here, but man.
Master Chief?
Olo says I don't trust a dog under 20 pounds.
Lasky just radioed. You picked a hell of a time to rejoin us.
Sir, what's our status?
That satellite took down the ship's defenses and is extracting data from the ship's mainframes as we speak.
Can we break the connection?
Main point of contact's on the ship's upper hull. The fastest route is through the maintenance causeway. There's a Mantis docked inside the door. Take it. You'll need the extra firepower.
He sure does a lot of moving around. It's like, oh no, you're dead, Master Chief. Move, move, move.
It's like he's tipping over. It's okay. His character is very likable. You just gotta meet him.
Jared says he remembers that when he was very, very young, he was attacked by 2 big dogs. Nab got attacked by a little blind dog, and it... No, like, so, that sounds weird. So okay, it was a bad-tempered little blind dog. She and my brother went over to a friend's house in the neighborhood. They had a dog that was blind and real skittish. They had ridden their bikes over. My brother parked his bike like right next to the dog and spooked it, and saw him going around the corner of the house. Got mad, ran after, and
The maintenance causeway is jammed.
bit her on the ankle. And when we actually stopped to, help her, she could see like her muscles moving and some bone, because this dog was just, yeah. Yeah, everyone else is like, attacked by a blind dog? It's not funny when you're the one getting bit. I was too young to remember. I don't think that I even saw the wound. I might have been over at somebody else's house or something. But,
how your parents kept track of all you, I never know.
I don't know either. Well, sometimes they didn't, you know. Those were always fun times, but, it reminds me of, your motorcycle crash. You coming home and it's like, yeah, I can't stitch that, babe. We're going to the ER.
That's a good question for me. Hey, can you just, wrap this?
I mean, so he called. Tell your side of the story, and then I'll tell my side of the story.
Just go ahead. Somebody, got in the left turn lane, and, as I was trying to go, they were going straight, and then they decided they were going to turn left. and I was turning left, so I was kind of sneaking past him, and like an idiot. On a motorcycle, I'm not in a car. So anyway, I swerved to avoid, and I don't know how to do that very well, like an idiot. And yeah,
laid down the bike.
I laid down the bike. So I get home. Basically, a piece of gravel did most of the damage. Like, it was just one little piece of rock, and one little piece of rock, and it tore my leg open on the back of my left leg. Where's my right?
Where's the scar?
Left leg. Left leg. And yeah, it went down to the muscle. Got a bunch of crap in it.
He didn't know it. So.
I didn't know it at the time, but it was just bleeding into my sock. I get home and it just...
So he couldn't see the damage. He's still
like,
walking on it though, because like the adrenaline's pumping through you. So yeah. So my side of the story.
A second.
Yeah.
That might be how they're blocking the Infinity's defenses.
Exactly what we were thinking. Neutralize him so we can get our guns back online and show that satellite we're more than just a big paperweight.
We're on it, Commander. Cortana out.
So my side of the story, one of my uncles died in a motorcycle accident. So I'm already jittery about him riding a motorcycle. I get a call and he's like, "Hey, Hannah, I got in a crash and I need you to get medical supplies ready for when I come home. And you'll have to, you know, wash the pants, you know, and get them cleared out or whatever."
Well, I was like, we're going to have to throw away the pants because they're ripped up.
Was that it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so
I was under no delusion that I was going to wear those pants again.
Right. I don't know. I was shaken up, understandably, because motorcycle crash? No. Anyway, so I'm like kind of pacing. We're living in an apartment at this time, so I'm kind of pacing.
Cracker box apartment.
Yeah, just waiting for him to come home. He
It's
comes home.
The newlywed story.
Yeah. He comes home and lifts up his pants so that I can take a look. And he's like, "So, do you think that you could just, you know, put a bandage over this?" And it's like this big gaping flap of his calf up. I'm like, "No, no." And you know, I really don't want to go. I don't want to go to the ER. It's like, okay, well, but I'm calling somebody because this is out of my area of expertise. You need stitches in 2 places. Like, down in the muscle and then the skin on top. So it all turned out okay in the end, but, you know, me as a nurse, it's like, don't question me. I know I can't handle this. I don't have the ability to sew you shut. I don't even remember if I was working as a nurse yet.
You were at the psycho facility.
Yeah, that's how we afforded the bike in the first place.
Yeah. Anyway.
It was quite the night.
I have learned how stupid I am over the years.
Didact's not letting go without a fight.
It just brings in more perspective so that when our sons start trying to do stupid things, you can be, please don't. I know how fun it is, please don't. Says one of my coworkers slipped on black ice going out to his car one day, drove home, took off his winter clothes, and then tried to open a Tupperware container and couldn't. Put on his winter gear and went to the hospital. His wrist was broken, forearm was broken, and he strained/sprained his hips, shoulders, and back.
I thought he ripped off his like finger or something.
Oh yeah. That'd be bad. happened to one of my sports medicine teacher. He slammed his finger in a metal door, took the entire tip off. He brought it in a jar the next day, and he was like, "Look, guys!" And all of us, woo! Both wrists were broken. Holy cow.
Jeez. That would suck.
So he must have slipped forward and broke his fall on his arms. Yikes. Slipping on black guys. Bye, ball. No worries, although. I think we can put together the pieces. But yeah, slipping on black ice is nothing to sneeze at.
It's possible that they're native to Requiem, or whatever counts as native for a Forerunner AI.
We've never seen this type of offensive reaction from any of the other installations.
Other installations?
Mr. Lasky.
Infinity's mission has been to locate the remaining Halo rings and establish permanent bases to study them for decommission. We got locations up and running around installations 5 and 3, but lately they've run into some setbacks.
A science team got zapped excavating a Forerunner artifact. This sensor data is all that was left.
Interesting. These symbols are a derivation of the Forerunner glyph system.
And our geeks managed to pull some coordinates. I'll give you 3 guesses where it led.
Sir, Gypsy Company is prepped and ready to roll on your orders.
Thank you, Palmer. Mr. Lasky, you take point. I want boots on the ground in 60.
Captain.
This is a first contact scenario, Master Chief. Priority is to free Infinity from Requiem's gravity well and file a threat assessment back at FleetCom.
You mean we're leaving?
Sir, Infinity drove the Didact back. He's vulnerable.
He isn't the only one. You know, I think you, of all people, would appreciate the benefit of living to fight another day.
See how likable he is.
So likable.
Yeah.
Favorite character. Iridium Star. Oh, he fell on his rear. Huh. It's a wonder he didn't break his tailbone. So likable. Definitely.
Infinity to Gypsy Company? The air corridor to the gravity well is blocked by a network of particle cannons. Infinity shields are still down. Open the lane for us to move up and provide air support.
Captain, what's Force Recon's assessment of the terrain?
I know you've been off the field for a while, Master Chief, but this is a blow-through op. Sending in a recon would just slow us down. Telemetry indicates the particle cannons are being controlled from a command post southwest of our position. Roll on that target.
We need that phallic emoji because he's a dick.
We'll meet on the other side. We'll take the gravity well. Infinity out.
I don't know about you, but I usually like a little more intel with my intel.
We'll make it work.
After the M1 chips, you're not gonna get that.
Sick burn. Actually, not really. Oh!
Chief, Spartan Sarah Palmer in Infinity CIC. Commander Lasky's waiting for you on the Mammoth.
On our way.
Let me tell you guys the new M1 chips, if anybody cares.
Someone's overcompensating.
Hey.
Yeah. He doesn't like how we're taller than him and have bigger arms. Anyway, M1 chips.
M1 chips, they are fast, they are cool, and man, oh man, are they fast.
Yeah, they're fast enough that you were able to download the cam footage of the car crashing into us.
Well, that's
after getting home,
for us,
and we could go back
a couple of particle cannons before we can get to the
before the other car left.
Yeah, I mean that's any computer can do that, but
The Mammoth's got jetpacks on board. If I were down there, I'd want one.
M1 chips.
Yeah, well, it's just like the processing power. Oh, we're going. Okay.
Come on, the big boy. Let's see. Pseudo says, after a crash once, I had road burn all over my arm and leg. I was on my way to meet a friend who was in nursing school anyway.
Let's shut down that gravity well so we can go home.
Alright.
Thanks.
This is my least favorite level.
Yeah, I remember. I hate this place. I was going to a friend's house who was in nursing school anyway, and she dumped H2O2 all over it. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what is that?
Hydrogen peroxide, I believe.
Over what?
Over road burn.
Oh no.
So not only does that hurt like the dickens, but it also killed all the good tissue right there. You don't do that. Oh my gosh. Nope. Stay on target. Stay on target. Olo says he's so likable. There aren't enough words to convey how much I wish to acquaint his face with the bird. And Jared suggests fried human.
Fried human.
And Picklebeard says, I'd be nicer to the guy that can crush you with his bare hands. No kidding.
He feels very secure with all of the people he has around him.
Yeah.
Because they are all yes men, it feels like. And even though I really like Lasky, he doesn't stand up to him because of reasons. I mean, I'm sure there's good reasons. It's just...
It's kind of hard to go against your boss.
Yeah.
But especially if you don't know how many people on a ship are with you. If a mutiny doesn't go well, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Pseudo says that she didn't warn him either. I've never screamed like that before or again. Yeah, nope. Normal saline, wash it all away. Hopefully have some sort of ointment with zinc in it and wrap it up. Burns are the worst. They are the worst. They hurt so freaking much.
Yeah.
Any kind of burn, like road rash and just regular burns. Like there is a reason why the big hospitals have an entirely separate burn unit. I worked with a couple of nurses that worked on burn units, and they're like, it is horrific to see the people who have like 40% burns, where they have to, like, their bandages are now all stuck to them, so they have to be submerged in order to be able to peel the bandages off.
Without killing him with pain.
Yeah, well, and even then, it hurts so freaking much, and then you have to scrape off all the old tissue that's now oversaturated with water. Oh, it's just, it's so bad. I'm not even sure that, I haven't looked for it because I know that hydrogen peroxide is not the way to go. I know that my parents used to use it on me, but it was like for cuts and burns and cleaning out my ears. But, you know, that's just how they used it. And yeah, it gets the stuff clean, but it also, like I said, kills the good tissue directly underneath.
Just
So
let
it
me
takes...
board you guys. Ah! There we go.
Nice. It takes so long for things to heal after they've been dumped in peroxide.
Well, because your body's like, okay, how do we get rid of this crap?
I don't think it quite went through, but Olo played RIP for you.
Yeah, I heard it.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was distracted. Oh, there it is.
That's the second one because I died again.
Yeah. I had one earphone off, so I didn't hear it properly. It is pretty quiet with the in-game sound, as loud as it is right now.
Back off. Oh my gosh. Super aggressive.
I wonder why. It's not like you're Master Chief or anything.
As Michael would say, Mr.
Chief! Hey, Daddy, can we watch Mr. Chief?
I think there's like a Spartan laser or something. This is not working.
Yeah. Oh, we've got everybody on board. We got Olo, Picklebeard, and Pseudo playing rips.
Deserve it. Okay. Commit to a target. Turret guy.
Turret. You sure chatting up a storm back there.
That's not how your thing works.
That's how it should work, but you're not supposed to do that to me. Did it just poof?
I think it poofed. Okay.
Target those phantoms for the railgun to shoot down.
Jared's got the next one.
Railgun reloaded.
Wait.
Alright, Master Chief, we're clear. Mini-Max at your disposal. Take out that particle cannon.
Yikes.
Ooh, Picklebeard says, I poured boiling hot water from a kettle on the back of my hand once. After a few days later, the skin came off, and now I know what gangrene smells like. Oh boy. Wow.
Nicely done, Chief.
What a kaboom.
Railgun reloading.
I don't want to lose this.
Gypsy Company, this stream's bad news.
No?
We can bridge it with the mammoth. Cross through the center to the other side.
What? Did the door hit you?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I hate this level. I don't want to understand it, and I don't like it.
Lasky to infinity. First contact cleared, but no joy on additional targets. Gypsy moving on to secondary battle position, but requesting evac for casualties.
We're not gonna do that.
Running guns.
I think he did. He definitely didn't make it into the mammoth. The guy that was behind you. He's like, did that guy die?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yep. Void Cortana. If I saw things as slow as you called them out, I'd be dead.
Dead.
So with how strongly
Force field. Barricading the far side
Cortana's
of this canyon.
maker, what's her name?
I'm seeing
Halsey.
3 power sources. Shut them down so the mammoth can move through.
With how strongly Halsey feels about John, is that why Cortana's so clingy to us?
Maybe, but Cortana picked us to be the AI that goes with us initially.
You mean Halsey? Picked
No,
Cortana?
no.
Cortana picked us.
Yes.
Okay, well that seems consistent.
Yeah.
So possibly even more probable that way. Boom! Punch it. Nice.
Good. 2 more. Brave.
I really like the black colored ones. The purple ones in the first 3 were interesting, but I like the black.
Yeah, I think it's just a really dark purple.
Nice. I'm using it to your advantage.
Oh my gosh, stop it.
Friendly fire! Jared says, punching a solid metal brick with all your might would have hurt a bit.
Well, I'm a solid metal brick.
Wow. With the... Okay, I thought he was shooting out too. With the Spartans, do they have to pass a certain intelligence test too?
Yeah.
Friends can't tell if we're friends with them. True, we are in an enemy craft. But we have a friendly tag. Nice.
Take that.
Jerk, Captain.
Del Rio.
That's what I think of your mammoth. Man, it feels like this one goes on for forever.
Yeah.
I feel like a warthog's more powerful than this thing.
Target acquired.
It could have hit me.
Mm-hmm.
All units, unidentified Covenant vehicle incoming.
Jeez. Hello.
Mammoth's hit. Forward traction offline.
The mammoth won't last long out in the open like that. We'll have to find a way to keep the Covenant off them.
Jared says the placement of the huge gun on the mammoth is a bit odd.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you want to disable our main cannon? Easy. We'll put it right on top.
side.
Let's fire the cannon forward straight at our bridge.
Reinforcements. Come off.
I can't remember. Is Gravemind in the third game?
Yes, and the second one.
That did it. Time to make an exit.
Jared asks, why aren't the Covenant shields circles instead of odd crescents? It's a handhold, right, on the side for the Jekylls. That's why they hold them.
Yeah. It's like if you're left or right-handed.
Still seems a bit odd. They should just...
How do I get rid of this? There we go. Can I run?
Can Master Chief run? No. We walk everywhere. It's more epic that way.
So much more epic.
It was getting a bit dicey there for a minute. All hands form up on us.
Lasky, this is Infinity. Status.
Mammoth's in pretty bad shape, sir. She'll make it to the objective as long as nobody starts throwing rocks at us.
Not a chance we can take. I'm sending teams out to pull some of their fire off you so you can make it to the gravity well.
So much for no
Roger
backup.
that, sir. Gypsy, let's move.
Shadow Company, Castle Company, put some pressure on those other particle cannons. Castle, reading 5x5. On station, ready to assist.
Shadow actual to Infinity. Encountering enemy air. Significant EOF closer to the emplacements.
Are we going into...
A ravine? Didn't this happen last... Yeah, the texture doesn't load in here.
Okay, folks. Terrain's too rough around these tributaries. Assault force.
Terrain is non-existent.
Anyone not on board is getting left behind.
I remember this happening last time.
Mammoth is mobile.
Jared says, can you rocket jump? ... Map isn't loading? Well... ...
Don't care about you. They replaced you. Blast it.
It's okay.
How? How is this okay? How is putting you at risk because I can't hold it together okay?
Does it make it through or no?
If you jump off, no.
Understand what rampancy is? Really? We don't just shut down. Our cognitive processes begin dividing exponentially according to our total knowledge base. We literally think ourselves to death.
You know I won't let that happen.
And if it happens anyway?
It seems like an awful way to go, just trapped in your own head.
117, Lasky.
Go, Commander.
We got significant blockage up ahead. I think this is about it for the Mammoth.
The command post for the particle cannons is through that trench.
You were saying?
Sir, I can move faster alone.
We'll see you back on Infinity, Commander.
Can you rocket jump? Holy cow, how did it do that?
Let's see how far we got. We're on Reclaimer. Oh, wow.
Pretty darn far.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, I believe I can fly. What blockage? I don't see any blockage. X-ray vision. I seen an elephant fly. Already halfway through. Yep. the one episode that sucks, and it's buggy.
Come on.
The weird thing is
No!
that it
If I have to restart this level... Okay, we're done tonight, guys.
Yeah. Can you jump over that way? Like, where are we going?
Terrain's too rough around these tributaries. Assault force, back on the Mammoth. Anyone not
I won't make it. That's too far.
Well, let's jump off and see what happens.
Mammoth is mobile.
It's so weird that it translated. To me, anyway.
That's kind of new. Okay, so save and quit. Load a different game.
I don't think it's gonna make a difference.
We'll see.
What if we go inside and don't look outside? If we can't see it, it can't see us.
I don't think it works that way.
Yeah, no kidding. Jared says, terrain isn't too rough. There is no terrain. Maybe that's the problem. Where we're going, we don't need roads. Because we can fly. Air turbulence.
Okay. That like forced a load there, right? So campaigns.
Oh, I just got the other joke in that was it Picklebeard? No, Olo, the elephant fly, because it's a mammoth.
What? I think you have to restart the level.
That is so dumb.
Okay, folks. Terrain's too rough around these tributaries. Assault force, back on the Mammoth. Anyone not on board is getting left.
We'll try your
All right, sealing her up. Mammoth is mobile.
Nope. Too close to the ground.
Yikes.
Very strange.
Okay, folks. Terrain's too rough around these tributaries. Assault force, back on the Mammoth.
They're asking you about your gamer tag, Remnant Apple 17.
It's randomly generated.
No, you can see it. It's going to kill you.
I think I have to restart the level. Everybody for
Jump off there and see if it goes on without you. Nope, too late. We're already in oblivion.
Mammoth is mobile.
Bye. Look, even the wheels even go off the edge.
Yeah.
Darn it.
Yeah, so
Hang on. Let me see if there's a solution online.
So what I'm thinking is We save and quit. We don't play this level again. We just skip to the next one.
That's a good plan.
Because I've beaten the game before and it brings my progress over, so...
There we go.
Unless...
Yeah, Jared says, fine with me. Yeah, let's just skip to the next one.
Let's see what Bravo is.
Okay.
If it's like close enough, you know?
Mm-hmm. The area only loads when going back to the menu and loading it from checkpoint Bravo. The problem is that doing this overrides the progress of the mission and doesn't give credit for completing it.
I don't care.
Beep boop.
Wait. What do I have to do?
That's a great question. To the tower, I'm guessing, with the bad guys.
Alrighty then.
Good compromise, babe. Good compromise.
We probably missed something, but...
Not too much. I mean, Cortana already said her bit. I'm guessing that's the only reason that even exists.
This whole mission exists to just lengthen the game.
Well, there's that, but then also, like, just her talking about her rampancy there. Because we went through all the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
We got to the next point, it's just that it wasn't there. Yikes!
Thank you. Everybody.
Here we go, the bandwagon. But Jared did it. It was like he was responsible for the next one. Congratulations, well done. The good, the bad, and the dead, eh? I guess there must be an addendum. This is a beautiful game when it loads. Now that I'm looking at those Jekyll shields again, they did the same thing with the Cabal, didn't they?
You shut the middle of the Cabal.
Oh, okay.
But yeah. The middle of their shields. You can also shoot their legs and stuff.
That's one thing I never understood about like Captain America movies. Why don't they just shoot his legs? Like they all shoot at the shield, even when it's clear that it doesn't do anything.
Can't hit anything.
Maybe because that's just a light?
Oh, he's behind the thing. That's why.
His equipment's doing its job, dang it. Oh, I see. Especially in movies, Jared, especially in movies. They all thought they were going to get you. You let them down. It must be awful being born a grunt. It's like, oh great, I'm a suicide bomber. Jekyll was running reminded me of like a a jogging coach. It's like, oh yeah, work those splits. Come on, keep going, Master Chief.
I don't know what that's like. I am glad I am not a girl. If that's what happens.
Pick up light beams? Did you see that? Maybe it was a sword, I don't know. Or some other weapon. So if you hit with Prometheans, it's supposed to be a data purge, but with other people it's just incendiary ammo?
Something like that, yeah.
Down, doggy. Oh, that's such a sad sound.
Cortana to infinity. We're entering the Forerunner structure.
I hate you, Master Chief. You're dumb, and yeah.
I didn't tell you you could do that.
Received, Infinity.
I don't really know why we're doing this.
Because douchebag told us to.
I mean, yeah, but like...
Olo says, so, going back to Shock Tarts, they were discontinued. However, they've been re-released as Sweet Tart Chewy Sours. Yep, that's what we have here.
This elevator should take us directly to the coordinates Infinity provided. Almost
So
like
I'm
the
not
Sentinels
crazy.
wanted us to get the particle cannons offline.
This could be a trap.
You say that like there's a second possibility?
It's a trap.
Man, the light. So good.
Yeah. It's guiding us. I thought that you were gonna say, calm down there, Akbar. Yep. I thought you were gonna say that Shock Tarts were discontinued, but they're still selling the back stuff.
No way.
That means they're old.
We've reached the coordinates. This looks like the place.
Well, I'm glad we didn't end up skipping over the rest of the level.
Okay, so we destroyed those two. Something happened to destroy the mammoth. We have to get these offline somehow, so we came in here.
Gotcha.
The particle cannon network must use these arrays for targeting and guidance. It's an odd distance, so it won't technically allow me to redirect the cannons to fire on.
It also means they shatter in your mouth if you start chewing on them.
Cortana to infinity.
So it just saturates everything.
How's it look from up there? Infinity.
Cortana?
Something's in here.
Cortana.
Oh no!
Cortana.
She poofed.
Find Cortana. Okay.
I mean, we should have known that. She's been acting weird ever since we got here, where it's like, oh, there's something, oh no, it's nothing, it's fine. That's weird. What's weird? If an AI is saying it's weird, it's probably weird.
Computers just say error. Not really, but you get the idea.
Almost like a salute. Error 404. Cortana not found. It's a Mass Effect relay.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you?
I am what remains of the Forerunner, once known as the Librarian. My memories were retained to assist humanity on their path to the mantle. Though sadly, that plan is now at risk. The Didact is leaving Requiem. Soon. You must not allow it.
Leaving?
He seeks this. The Composer. A device which will allow him to finally contain the greatest enemy ever faced by the Forerunners. You. Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell before the Didact's warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. Weakened from our conflict, we were no match for the parasite which pursued you. The Forerunners made plans for a final great journey, but the Didact refused to yield our mantle of responsibility. He would save all life in the galaxy, at a cost. In the Forerunner's quest for transcendence, the Composer had been intended to bridge the organic and digital realms. It would have made us immortal. But its results soured. The stored personalities fragmented, and our attempts to return them to biological states created only abominations. Such moral concerns faded from the Didact's attention. The Flood only assimilated living tissue. The Composer would provide the Didact his solution and his revenge.
The Prometheans. They're human.
They were only the beginning. He would have encrypted your entire race if we had not removed the Composer from his care and imprisoned him here. Reclaimer. When I indexed mankind for repopulation, I hid seeds from the Didact. Seeds which would lead to an eventuality. Your physical evolution, your combat skin, even your ancilla, Cortana. You are the culmination of 1,000 lifetimes of planning.
Planning for what?
He has found us.
Even in death, her meddling continues.
Reclaimer. The gene song I placed within you contains many gifts, including an immunity to the Composer. But it must be unlocked.
How?
Relinquish your contact essence.
Your evolutionary journey must be accelerated.
Can I defeat the Didact without it? No. Then do it.
Prepare.
All these flash places. Not flashbacks, but...
What? Your Master Chief is evolving! I don't feel no different.
How do we get out of here?
Elevator, back at the chamber.
We're not gonna question that at all.
Chief, what happened? Your bio readings are all over the map.
It's a long story, but I know what the Didact's after.
I know that part. The librarian filled me in when she snatched me from the system. But what I don't know is what she did to you.
We don't know either.
Sierra 117 to infinity. What's our status? Does Infinity have a shot on the gravity well?
Captain, what if we can spot the target for you with the laser designator?
Near me, not on me. This has got to be like the longest level ever.
Yeah. It's not quite the longest one, but it's sure long.
Looks like we're blocked. Chief, head down and find a way to destroy that shield.
Oh, it's a Sheila is definitely getting the work out. Who's Sheila? Is it the tank?
Oh, we run out just at the end of the level.
Oh, convenient.
Yeah.
Oh, it says that Sheila is the name of the tank from RVD.
I don't know what that is.
Red versus blue.
Oh.
Oh, is that a thing?
I never watched it.
That was a guess out of my own head. Oh, and I was right. Red versus blue.
It was a very good guess because it's like, okay, we're playing Halo. RVB has to be something to do with
Multiplayer.
that. Yeah.
Something.
Well, not multiplayer. It just has to be related to this, you know.
Well, it says he stopped after season 13/14. That's a lot of seasons. Jeez.
I think they're still going on.
And it's a Halo series?
Like, I think they just use multiplayer maps and like co-op to like record each other.
Oh, so it's like YouTubers or streamers or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Gotcha.
I literally have tried to watch one episode.
Thanks, Del Rio.
Line up the shot.
Olo says, I think they're 16 or 17.
Like, you can't see that.
Right? It's the big thing. Oh, it's Rooster Teeth. Okay. Fidget watched Ruby by them, so I'm familiar with the name from that.
Infinity cannot handle that kind of punishment. Not again.
This isn't about us or this ship anymore.
Sir, we've seen what the Didact is capable of. If we let him leave this world, humanity will be at risk.
Look, I understand what you think you saw.
Think?
With all due respect, sir, I know what I saw.
And with all due respect to you, soldier, I'm not willing to jeopardize my ship because of the hallucinations of an aging Spartan and his malfunctioning AI.
Sir, what if he's right?
Nav, as soon as we know we're airtight, I want a course laid into Caranay Station. Com, prepare a warning beacon.
Jeez, dude.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
Cortana.
No, you meant to. You meant to.
I didn't mean to do that.
Commander Lasky, pursuant to Article 55 of UNSC Regulation 12-14572, I'm ordering you to remove that AI's data chip and retire it for final dispensation.
I don't want to. You don't want me to.
Remove the chip now, Commander.
Please. I don't want to.
Give me that chip.
The Didact has to be stopped. If you won't do that, I will.
It's real gutsy of him to put her straight back into his head after something like that.
You to surrender that AI!
No, sir.
Hell yeah.
Lieutenant! Arrest that man!
Captain!
Arrest him!
Captain!
Get word to Earth that trouble is coming. Cortana and I will do what we can back here.
Feel like a big man now, old man?
See, that's why I love him. Because he gets shut the freak down right there.
I can give you over 40,000 reasons why I know that sun isn't real. I know it because the emitter's Rayleigh effect is disproportionate to its suggested size. I know it because its stellar cycle is more symmetrical than that of an actual star. But for all that, I'll never actually know if it looks real. If it feels real. Before this is all over, promise me you'll figure out which one of us is the machine.
So what's your plan?
Infinity's tracked the Didact's vessel to a docking structure southeast of here. We'll jump ship as Infinity exits the roof.
You know, I was sent down here with orders to prevent you from leaving. In case you'd already gone, I took the precaution of ordering a Pelican. Outfitted for full combat pursuit. I hope to God you're wrong about that Forerunner. Or whatever he is, Chief. But in the event you're not,
What a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Chief. Good luck. Both of you.
One thing that's fantastic is that Lasky's such a good guy because Del Rio was in this.
Come on, Chief.
In this video game.
Take a girl for a ride.
The Didact used
call it a
composer
night?
to create the Prometheans from ancient humans.
Yeah, we should.
We'll have to find it first.
Yeah, it's
Our best bet to
11:30.
stop him is
Oh.
keep him firmly on Requiem.
Yeah, we have like another hour.
Lasky
I
didn't
can't do
skip on
this.
that pelican.
The chicklets wake up too early for something like that. But maybe we can finish that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. Shut down, composer bid. Yeah, that'll be good.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, that's going to be an hour and a half. This is a pretty short level. This is a very long level. This is like 30 to 45 minutes.
Okay.
Even with me playing. This one is like, I die a lot. Maybe I die in this one. I can't remember. I think it's shut down.
Death will be had.
There will
Prepare
be
the
lots
ribs.
of death.
Alright. Well, tomorrow it is then. Thanks, guys.
Oh, that was fun.
That was fun. Let's see. Oh, Zori and Rorthik are on. Playing Phasmophobia. Sweet. Yes, prepare the rips and fails. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.